Hey, it's me, the soy pill. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially Jover.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you please?
It's finally here, the second Trump term, and it's so much worse than I thought it would be. But before I dissect that, let's flash back a couple weeks to when I visited the inauguration, still wide-eyed and full of crushing pessimism.
McDonald's is free today!
Instead of just dead inside, watching democracy disintegrate before my eyes. The very first people I met on the DC Metro were in fact not American, but Dutch.
You guys are from Holland? How far did you come here? Like, did you fly here just for this?
Yes, we flew here just for this.
Oh my god, wow. So you guys are Trump fans?
A little bit of Trump fans.
Yeah.
Whether he's not our president, but
If you say he's not my president here, people will get mad. Don't say that. Yeah. No, he's our president. He's our president.
You are
Yes.
president.
Yeah. What makes you like fans of Trump? Like, what do you like about him?
He speaks a normal language, and
Not like Dutch. That's not a normal language, right? Where do you guys live, I guess? Like, what city?
Hertogenbosch.
Are you worried about, like, Mexicans coming over the border at all?
No, we don't have Mexicans over the border. We have no.
Yesterday we were in the rally arena.
Yes.
Oh, yeah? How
Yeah,
was that?
yes.
How was that? Did you see him there?
Amazing,
Nice.
amazing,
Amazing. This kind of rallies we don't have in Europe.
Well, you used to. Just not anymore, you know?
No, we.
Like in the
no.
40s, like, there's
No.
some pretty big rallies.
No.
Have some fun. Welcome to America.
I don't know why everyone says our education system sucks, since these Americans I interviewed seemed just as smart.
What is your number one Trump policy? Like, why are you excited about it?
My number one Trump policy is to make America great again.
Okay.
Okay, not supporting foreign wars, everything.
No more foreign wars?
No,
Okay.
no, just get out of that. Let's just focus on America.
What do you think? Because he said he might want to use military action in Panama and Greenland. Are you
No,
sure?
he won't do that.
You don't think
Trump
he's going to do
says
that?
that. No,
Yeah, he says a lot of stuff,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
He's a jokester. He's a huckster for sure.
He's funny. We love that.
We love Trump. He's very funny. He's very funny. What do you?
That's a good impersonation.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing very long. I have 4 more years, and it's going to be very good. But don't worry. Yeah. So, like economy-wise, like he's promised to like bring prices down, tariffs, that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
yeah, I
do you think
think
the
that'll
eggs
be-
are going to go down in like the next few months?
Well, we have our own chicken, so it's not a deal.
Ah,
with us, so,
okay,
you know what I
nice,
mean? Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
The fuel or gasoline.
Well, those are your like 2 main economic. Like, if my eggs go down, if my gas goes down, like I don't
You
care what
buy
the
a
hell else. Well, no, seriously. I mean, like that's the stuff that matters, right? Like people talk
your
about
food,
like,
overall
oh, the
food prices, yeah.
housing prices. If I have a house, like I drive
but you
to
care
go
for,
get gas.
But you
and
care
I-
for other people that you want other people to have
That's true, yeah.
affordable housing. We have our own chicken, so it's not a.
So the whole weather thing, it's going to be too cold. That's why I moved it all inside. I heard some people say that Democrats can control the weather. Like they cause the
Who did you
hurricanes
talk
and the
to
stuff.
about that?
I
That's
just some
crazy
people,
crap.
a lot of people are saying. I don't know. I didn't.
Before setting up in the National Mall, I met some notable figures like Andrew Callahan of Channel 5 News, Jordan Klepper from The Daily Show, and Jordan Klepper's large and hyper-vigilant bodyguard. Surprisingly, there weren't many counter-protesters to protest the very few supporters, but we did find a couple of fellow libtards, who were in high demand thanks to the limited supply.
I really hope that Trump isn't the kind of person to care about crowd size, because no one's here.
So what's your sign say? Protect trans kids.
Yep, protect trans kids.
What are you afraid of under the Trump administration?
I am afraid of people not getting gender-affirming care and it leading to people dying. I'm also afraid to people being villainized for something that they have no control over. All of the talking points being made about trans people are word for word the same arguments that were made about gay. Are word for word. It's okay, this happens. Are word for word the same talking points that were made 30 years ago about gay people. Oh, we don't want them in bathrooms. We don't want them teaching our kids. It's exactly the same. They're children. They want to be called different names. They want to wear different things. Sure, man, they're kids. I don't give a if at some point they want to do something about it medically, they can have an informed conversation about it with a parent and or medical professional.
Seems pretty reasonable to me, but
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people here would agree with you, unfortunately.
I wouldn't go so far as to call these people unreasonable. I just think it's a lack of knowing people.
Do you know any trans people? Have you met one?
Wait, someone else. That was so subtle, man. That was great. I love that the flash was on.
Tell me about your sign.
My what? Okay, my
your
side.
side,
Okay,
yes.
so I'm like, if you want to ask me about how I kiss women, I will absolutely answer
We'll
that
get to
question
that,
too.
don't
Okay, you can't be tough on crime and elect a felon. I do believe in felons' rights. I do believe in felons' rights to vote. I think that the prison system needs to be reformed. However, there is definitely a double standard here.
Would you vote for a felon? Obviously not this felon, but would you vote for a felon?
I believe that everybody deserves a second chance, and I think I would really have to do my research. I think I would, absolutely.
I certainly wouldn't elect a vegan.
What's the worst thing someone said to you today?
There was one gentleman who had a gimbal and a phone, and he was recording. He was just shouting things. He was just saying some shit about like, oh, but what about Hunter? What about Hunter's laptop? If you want to say some shit about Hunter Biden's laptop, okay. I do believe that, we should have transparency in government. And if you want to make a big stink about Hunter Biden's laptop, you should have the right to do so. However,
And you wouldn't vote for Hunter Biden. Can we get a Hunter Biden rating?
at Hunter Biden, if you're out there, I'd be down. Hit me up. I'll give you a rating IRL.
Ooh, all right. But you'd also kiss girls.
Yeah. I'm going to objectify women.
Yeah, let's objectify women.
Let's objectify women
If we
kissing
take away
women.
any message from your sign today, it's that we should objectify more women.
Wait, that's going to be taken out of context by the media.
No,
That's going to be taken out of context.
Right, objectify women? Objectify women?
No, he's joking. He's joking.
Now, what's your name, address, and social security number in that order?
My name is...
And if you, like are worried about your personal information getting leaked, you may be interested in today's sponsor, Aura.
Jimmy, what did I tell you about buying people's secret information illegally? You know we're the reformed mob now.
The boss, I checked, it's not illegal. You could get this stuff from all sorts of sites.
Cheese and crackers, Jimmy. Are you serious? You used the legal crime money for the Aura subscription, right?
Aura?
Oh, God. No wonder I've been getting so many spam calls and emails. Hello? Aura? The security service that monitors the dark web thing. They alert us if our info is out there, if some other goon is doing a bank or credit card fraud, opt us out of data broker agreements, and the $5 million identity theft insurance. I know you were in that meeting.
Geez, boss, you know my brain ain't so good.
They even got that VPN so I can watch Rwandan Netflix. You're telling me you didn't see that special button I installed directly on your desk that automatically signs you up for a 2-week free trial?
Huh? Oh.
Just hit the frickin' button, Jimmy. And if that's too hard for you, you can always go to http://aura.com/soypill or click on the description link that's in every single one of his videos. Please hurry up. I'm tired of being called about car insurance. Why the heck are you buying other people's info anyway?
Well, you told me to alphabetize the contacts, so I'm getting every contact and I'm putting them in order.
Speaking of sponsorships, there were some people promoting their deodorant startup for some reason. Was this a statement about the smell of Trump supporters?
This is fancy. Whoa, look at this. It's got holes in it. This YouTube channel is brought to you by... It's not coming out.
You gotta prime it a bit.
I swear this never happens.
It was good to meet you guys. For $3,000, I will uncensor the name of your deodorant. The most important people to interview were, of course, anyone with a large hat, which they need to contain all of their great ideas.
Who are you here to support?
DJT, baby, Donnie's. Daddy's home, baby!
Or would you say it's officially Jover?
It's officially
Jover.
Goodbye, Brandon! Time for hospice care.
What is your number one Trump policy?
Trump policy? Oh my gosh, that's hard.
What I'm a big fan of is the no more wars.
No more wars.
No more
I'm
wars
a veteran
and illegal
and I've lost
immigration.
a lot of friends to
Yeah.
the wars that are being fought for just rich people. And unfortunately, I've lost a lot of friends in this war and all the wars that we've been in the last decade. So
Which war?
Iraqi war, the Afghanistan war,
man, you were there.
Gulf.
Do you think he's going to pull us out of
I
Iraq?
think he pulled us out of well,
Said he was
enough.
threatening like Greenland and Panama with like military action. Do you think he's like being serious
I
about
think it's
that?
chess, man. I think it's 4D chess.
4D chess.
It's 4D chess.
So he's not. He doesn't really want to send troops on the ground. He's just like, look, guys, if I have to, I'm gonna come in there, wag a
No,
big
man, he's a
stick at
businessman.
you.
He's not going to use the troops. He's gonna make a deal.
What are you smoking? What is that?
this
These
are the Mayflowers.
This is Mayflower. Michael Knowles.
Michael Knowles cigars. Do you guys think cigars cause cancer?
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Do cigars give you cancer?
Well, cigars are great. Do you think that cigars give you cancer?
I don't know. Ask Rush Limbaugh.
They totally do.
Can you say cigars cause cancer?
Cigars do cause cancer, but I'm going to enjoy this.
Can you say Michael Knowles' Mayflower cigars cause cancer?
I'm not going to say that. No. No.
There's a man out here with maybe a larger MAGA hat. Are you guys competing? Is there a contest?
No, not at all.
What's the reason you support Donald Trump? Number one policy.
To be off the hand, I can't really think of the policies because I'm so overwhelmed.
Oh my God, okay,
going
wait,
on.
hold on. Let's meditate. Let's take 10 seconds. No one say anything for 10 seconds. We're gonna breathe and think about Trump for 10 seconds, okay? Ready? On three? 1, 2, 3, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right, what's your favorite Trump policy?
Favorite Trump policy? Well, the whole immigration.
Immigration, okay,
Yes.
stopping illegal immigration.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can you pretend I'm an illegal immigrant? What would you say to me?
Well, if you're claiming asylum and you're doing it the proper way, then yeah, I'm all for it because I come
Really?
from a family of, immigrants.
Okay.
But my family did it correctly.
Are you for the mass deportations he's promising then?
Well, it just depends. It's a case by case.
Okay, so
Pretty
whether or
much.
not they did something that's like, okay, like, are you here? Are you trying to
Yeah,
like
are you
work?
here?
Are you trying to get citizenship?
work? Yes.
What would a Trump event be without a rigged game show?
All right. What country is Melania Trump from?
Slovenia.
Slovakia. Who said Slovenia? There he is.
I
Come
said
on,
Slovenia.
come get it. Come and get it. There you go, sir. Let's give him a hand. Here's another one for $2.
$2.
What county was Donald Trump shot in the ear in? Butler. Come on, get your $2. Let's give it up for this lady.
Now, this was before Trump announced the U.S. takeover of Gaza, so we happened to run into some optimistic Palestine supporters.
The people in Israel, how many of them have been there for decades and decades? And so many Palestinians are not asking for them to leave. They just want the equal rights. They want human rights, dignity. My best friend's 28. She's never been allowed to leave Gaza. She is technically still in a designated safe area. Her cousins and her uncle were killed right outside of her house by a drone that dropped a grenade on them while they were standing outside. None of them have any connection to any terrorist organization.
What do you think about the ceasefire deal? You think it's a good, bad? Like, where does it place the whole situation right now?
When you're literally like, any phone call could be the last phone call, any ceasefire is going to be good.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to help out charity cases other than myself, there's a link to a humanitarian Gaza mutual aid fund in the description. I don't know what political party these people were from, but I support them nonetheless. Don't trust birds. Speaking of completely incoherent, here's this guy.
So when we talk about Donald Trump, we talk about immigration, increased potential, different type of half Afghani, half Kashmiri minority in India coming to US. America good, Bozak road, hot sex.
Okay, you want hot sex? Donald Trump brings hot sex, brings America good.
No, this is misinterpreted, please.
Okay.
I have gay sex. I have the best gay sex. It's very good. I was on Air Force One with various people. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Everyone was coming. They were all coming so much. They came multiple times.
Donald Trump. Sealing border to make legal.
Yes.
Out.
Yes.
Out. 2025, suck my dick, legal balls. And it is possible for suck dick and lick balls.
Yeah.
And there is a potential for increase.
And before you call me racist because this is an accent thing,
Oh, do you want me to break character?
there were a fair amount of young people there, and I was eager to see how the next generation of voters was going.
What's your number one Trump policy?
Ban all the immigrants.
Ban all of the immigrants?
Yeah.
Like
illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants.
Oh, illegal immigrants. What are you?
I'm kind of just here for like the party, you know what I mean?
If I was an illegal immigrant, what would you say to me?
I'd say
Bye-bye.
hello.
Bye, hello?
I'd say hello because you're a person. I respect you.
The person on your shoulder seems to say otherwise. Does he control you, or is it like a Ratatouille
It's,
sort of thing? Or,
a
are you guys all
situation
high
right
school
now.
students? Are you,
Yeah.
Okay. You guys couldn't even vote, huh?
We're all unemployed too.
Oh, unemployed? Well, I would hope so. Will you guys support Trump if he brings back child labor? You yearn for the mines?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's not good. Maybe the younger generation will fill me with hope.
Trump. Okay, what's your favorite Trump policy?
I don't know.
Okay, what's your favorite Trump policy?
Oh gosh, it's going to protect the border.
Protect the border?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the border?
Safe.
Safe?
Yes.
No, the border's already safe? You want it to be safe?
Not safe enough.
How do you feel about illegal immigration?
Not good. Not good.
Not good? Okay, what if I was an illegal immigrant? What would you say to me?
I would kick you.
Okay, what about you?
I would kick you.
You would kick me? Go ahead. No, it's okay. I have permission. All right, what would you do?
I would punch you.
Okay, go ahead. All right, wow. All right, well, we got your 3 stances. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, their first instinct is to enact violence against me because I'm different. It's almost definitely because of what they're hearing at home, but I hope these kids grow out of it, because that's terrifying. So if the supporters didn't exactly fill me with confidence, these first few weeks have been 1,000 times worse. I don't say this lightly, as someone who wasn't very alarmist during the first Trump term, but it turns out that every resist liberal wine mom was 100% right about their fear-mongering. Trump and his cronies just needed a Biden presidency to plan everything out. Most of my predictions from my top 10 video have already come to fruition, and much more is happening. Improving the economy? Well, egg and gas prices are up, and the short tariffs momentarily tanked the stock market. Trump is putting tariffs on steel and aluminum like he did in 2018, which almost all economists said had neutral to negative effects on the country, so it looks like I'll only be able to afford a house if I make it out of straw in a wolf-free zone. And after a 1-month pause, we're probably going to bring back the other tariffs. Cutting government waste. Well, the Doge is destroying America's soft power by cutting a bunch of foreign aid. So we're increasing the pie chart section of foreigners who hate us, maybe causing millions of avoidable deaths in the name of stopping life-saving medicine to needy countries. I mean waste. And by waste, I mean whatever these people don't ideologically agree with. For those of you who don't know, soft power is the way that we exert our influence over other countries without using the biggest military in the world, which could be bad or good depending on how we do it. But it often takes the form of food, medicine, and various budgets to help out people that we want to like us. Yeah, it's not just out of the kindness of our hearts, it's to further American interests. But that doesn't mean we aren't helping people. So by stopping, other than depriving tons of needy people of food, medicine, and other greedy luxuries, we're either going to create a power vacuum that countries like China will fill, or we'll keep the same influence, but use hard power instead.
But you can't shoot values. You can't shoot flags, and you can't shoot strong speeches. There is no replacement for hard power.
What the
All of this to save less than 1% of our total budget. They're trying to get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Far greater than the budget that Elon wants to return to the taxpayers is the over $20 billion that they make back for people who are victims of fraud. It's so obvious that the people who want to get rid of this are the same people who want to scam you, like CEOs of crypto companies, or the guy who wants to make a payment system that he runs with as much integrity as he does Twitter. And maybe the CEO of the company competing with NASA shouldn't be in charge of auditing NASA. Like, maybe that's a tiny bit of a conflict of interest. And what is the check on this power that Elon is exerting? Deleting entire agencies without congressional approval. Who's looking into Elon and his potential bias and corruption? Or his own government contracts? Well, don't worry, guys. They post about what they're doing on Twitter.
What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there is accountability and transparency?
We post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website.
If you didn't think this guy was an unqualified idiot before, he has libertarian brain rot about regulations, saying that they should be default gone until we can figure out what they're for.
Like, regulations basically should be default gone. And if it turns out that we missed the mark on a regulation, we always add it back in.
Like, how about instead of them being default gone, we ask why they exist, what problem they were intended to resolve, and if they're still necessary.
So I think in addition to
hey, look, while I was recording this, they speed ran this process with nuclear scientists, laying a bunch of them off and then immediately trying to rehire them. This idiot thinks that the DoD paid Reuters to subvert the populace through their news, and then created an invoice that said secret subversion conspiracy in the note. It literally says social engineering defense in the screenshot that you posted. They're trying to figure out how to combat social engineering. You know, like posting dumb lies on your platform that get everyone to think that the news is evil. You know what's wasteful, Elon? Buying a website at several times its estimated value, losing billions, firing people that ensured that the crazy Nazis and bots didn't overrun the website, and losing all the big advertisers who don't want their products next to Hitler speeches. Speaking of which, one of the young, unqualified interns being given access to our federal spending is just a blatant racist, expressing the desire to repeal the Civil Rights Act, discouraging interracial marriage, and saying things like normalize Indian hate. And after this was exposed and he stepped down, Elon did a poll and immediately hired him back. And this wasn't a we searched through 10 years of internet history to find some dumb stuff you said in high school. He said this a few months ago. At the very least, we got to expose JD Vance as the top tier cuck after he defended the racist comments despite his interracial marriage with an Indian woman. Congratulations on dethroning Ted Cruz, who to this day will deep throat Trump after Trump called his wife ugly. And just in case you were confused, no, this is not the same intern that got fired from a job for leaking company secrets. And in case you didn't think they were unqualified, they exposed our databases to hackers. Next, we have no new wars. Well, we're currently threatening other countries for their land in Greenland and Panama so seriously that NATO, our allies, have considered putting troops on the border of Greenland to resist us. The only reason I can think that people aren't blasting this on the front page of every news site is that it's unconfirmed or not a serious consideration. Because holy shit, are we going to go to war with our literal allies so we can name Greenland Red, White, and Blue Land? And what about ending wars? Well, the great Soviet reunification conflict hasn't been ended in one day, and the current peace talks aren't even taking Kiev into consideration. The plan was to capitulate to Russia's demands and take 50% of Ukraine's rare earth metals. And in return, oh, wait, no, that's it. That's the whole deal. So I don't think that's going anywhere, but let's see. He said he would not be associated with Project 2025. But now the architect of Project 2025 is the director of the U.S. Office of Budget and Management. They're following the 2025 playbook pretty much to a T. So I expect most of these policies to come into place soon.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
So that was a fucking lie.
So he promised to protect Social Security and Medicare, but now they're threatening to cut Social Security and Medicare. But don't worry, because they're saying it's just fraud and waste. And based on their criteria for what fraud and waste is, they're probably just going to cut the Social Security and Medicare for the people that need it. And finally, protecting the Constitution. This is by far the worst one. Trump has control of all three branches of government, but he is threading the needle with a sledgehammer and trying to force all of his cuts unconstitutionally. He's also trying to revoke birthright citizenship with an executive order instead of, passing another amendment. We've done that, right? We amended alcohol out and then we amended alcohol in. There's a way to do this in a democracy that doesn't rely on you making the argument that the housekeepers at my local motel are part of an invading army. If you're a Trump supporter listening, you're allowed to agree with these policies, like deportation, reducing federal spending, or even taking over Greenland. But I'm not freaking out just because these are things that I don't like. It's because he's doing it in a way that suggests that processes and checks on his power can be ignored and are gonna go away, leaving him to do anything he wants.
I think that what Trump should do, like if I was giving him one piece of advice, fire every single mid-level bureaucrat, every civil servant in the administrative state, replace them with our people, and when the courts, because you will get taken to court, and then when the courts stop you, stand before the country like Andrew Jackson did and say the Chief Justice has made his ruling, now let him enforce it.
Your litmus test for whether or not you're okay with this is if you'd be okay with it if I was in charge, signing executive orders to put you all in cat ears and diapers, and giving you a state-mandated care worker that was allowed to subvert your First Amendment right by shoving a milk bottle in your mouth whenever I wanted you to shut up. Like this, saying the Constitution doesn't matter if I do things that I determine are good for the country, that's insane. You should be upset. And none of this is even mentioning my friends and family who are at risk of losing their jobs because Elon's dumbass is throwing the federal government into chaos, making thousands of workers return to office when it doesn't make any sense, or is literally impossible due to space requirements, or whether or not the people close to me are going to lose their health care, be prevented from traveling, or just get deported. Don't take my word for it. Listen to these legal experts, politicians, or the Supreme Court sounding the alarm. This is very, very bad. Every day I edit this video, something worse comes out, so I have to cut this off eventually. But so far, Trump passed an executive order saying that the president and AG will interpret the law for the executive branch, so more consolidation of power. He also called himself a king, which, even as a joke, should terrify you. And speaking of kings, we confirmed Kash Patel as head of the FBI, a man who wrote a book about Trump being a king, and the deputy SPD director is now extremely qualified podcaster Dan Bongino, who, aside from being the first Minecraft diversity hire, once described his politics with the following quote: "My entire life right now is about owning the libs. That's it." Lawmakers and people at CPAC are floating the idea of revoking the 22nd Amendment and letting Trump run for a third term, and on my final day of editing, Trump posted an AI video showing him turning Gaza into a strip mall with golden statues of himself.
Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1.
Nothing matters. My life is a lie. The government was always a precarious Jenga tower, and the guardrails were made out of construction paper. But in the meantime, what can we do?
I'll tell you what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna panic. We're not gonna... Look out!
Look, being scared doesn't mean panicking. When you can, support causes with money. Call your representatives. Shout legal advice at deportees. Talk to people and explain why this isn't okay. And kiss your homies goodnight like it's the last time you can. Because we may not be able to in the future. Just don't shut up about this. I'm not going to until they make it illegal to be an annoying ass on the internet. My only hope is that these people that I talk to aren't unreasonable. They aren't completely lacking in empathy. If they see just how bad things are going to get for their fellow humans, maybe they'll change their minds. But the youth are cooked. Put them back in the mines. Some people make it to the top and kick the ladder away, but I want to extend as many ladders as possible. In my segment, Oops, All Ladders, today's feature is Ryan Getty. Ryan makes videos about contemporary ideas, like how Michael Knowles is a dumb but uses vast historical context that I lack and really appreciate. He also needs to pick a flag. That's too many flags. Pick one. So go give him some love and ones if you're interested in the history that got us into this show. I want to promote political channels that are going to push our country in the right direction. If you want to be featured, email me at thesoypill@gmail.com with your channel name and ladders in the subject line. As always, thank you to my lovely patrons who have grown a lot, so I can't put you freeloaders in the credits anymore. Special thanks to my top tier patrons: Andy Chandler, Anita Bonghit, Church, Died Famous, Moth, Omega Omelet, Stephen Goller, Mr. Thoughtless, and Nipple Fisting. And don't forget to type 1 to end the deep state.